Sandy Crafter. Thanks for coming to my channel where you learn how to cook and craft. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get in and have some fun. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is Chef Handy Sandy and Crafter. I hope you like the intro. If not, let me know. Also, if you like my channel, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more cooking videos. I'm going to do some crafting videos, and I'm also going to do some handy sandy videos. So please subscribe and like to these videos so that I know that you're watching and I can do more. So let's get into this. We're going to make today hoghead cheese, right? So let me tell you what I put in them. It's hocks, they're ham hocks, it's pork hocks. The hocks that you like, you get smoke hocks, that's what this is. And pig ears, right? It's just the ears. It's hard, so you don't have to worry about anything. People don't like pig ears, but pig ears, it's good. It's good, it's crunchy. I'm not going to use a lot of the ears. I'm using the ears for the gravy or the juice. See me cutting this? Because what's going to happen with the hoghead cheese is you boil it down until it's almost like gel. Then you add your garlic and parsley and salt. You do not ever season it in when you're making hoghead cheese until the very end. The reason why I say that is because you're going to reduce that water, which becomes a stock, right? Like a pork stock at the end. So I'm going to put some seasonings in the water to give it some flavor, but at the end, I'm only, excuse me, I'm only going to use the juice, the reduced stock. It's going to turn into gel, and then it's going to get hard and stiff. So the more you reduce it, the stiffer it gets, the better it is. So when I reduce it to however thickness I want it to be, then I will put the meat in, some parsley, and some garlic. That's the only time I will put that in there, right? Because I don't want it to be salty, right? I'm going to put some garlic salt, but it's at the end when it's already reduced. Because never cook with a lot of salt. So let me wash these ears off. With some garlic and some, and that's it. Seasoning and garlic. That's it. That's all I'm putting in the water. That is it. I don't like that part of the ear. So let me turn it down so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to cut this up, these ears up, but I'm going to cut them up big enough so that I can pull them out, right? I don't want the ears for the meat. I want the ears for the flavor. You can use pig feet or even the snout you can use to make hoghead cheese. You don't have to have the hocks. You don't have to have the hocks. You can even use pigtails. If you want to use pigtails, you can use pigtails. But the whole purpose of doing hoghead cheese is to get, you know how when you cook chicken and then you put the chicken in the refrigerator and you get that jelly, right? That's what that is. That's all that is. This is just to flavor and help gel up the water. That's all these ears are for. Because this is gonna not only flavor the hoghead cheese, but then it's also going to help gel the water up. I'm gonna put this in the water. Let that, come to a boil. And then we're gonna deal with these hocks. Now this is going to be the actual hog head cheese meat. The hocks. That's gonna help too. But once it all boils down and get thick, let me rinse this meat off. I'm going to keep the bone. The bone will not be in the hog head cheese, but I'm going to keep the bone because the bone has flavor in it. We want to flavor the head cheese. So I'm using the ears to flavor it and give it, to make it more slimy. The more the merrier. And then I'm going to use the hocks. This meat from the hocks is what I'm going to use to put in the hog head cheese. So I'm going to cut the meat off the bone. Now I am going to put some fresh Holy Trinity in the water, but no salt, no pepper. I am going to put garlic, just a little, 1 cube, but no salt or pepper or seasoned spices. I'm not putting anything in there because, like I said, it's going to reduce down, and you don't want the flavors from the salt to reduce down with it because then it's going to be too salty. So stay away from the salt until the end. At the end, when I put the parsley and the parsley and the garlic in there, I may put some garlic salt at the end to flavor it up and give it some salt, but never in the beginning. Nope, 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 not in the beginning, because that's a bad thing. Any of your cooking that you do, let me stop here. Let me stop right now. Any cooking that you do that you need to reduce, like gravy or this hog head cheese that I'm making, I suggest that you don't put salt at all, because your gravy is going to be reduced, right? And as you reduce the gravy, it gets saltier. So try, if you want to put salt, just a little bit to flavor up whatever you do. Just a little bit. And then at the end, you give it a taste. And once you taste it, you can add some salt. That salt is going to seep into the food anyway. And tomorrow, the next day, is going to be even better because leftovers is wonderful. So all of the meat is chopped. And so remember my mise en place. Put your seasoning in a bag. So all you need to do is just grab it out of the bag and put it in the pot. That's my first cooking video that I had, mise en place. So I'm going to put this in the pot. Bam. Done. And I'm going to put the garlic. You've seen the garlic. It's frozen garlic. And I make cubes out of them. So I'm going to put 2. I put 2 cubes in. That's it. That's all I'm putting in that water for right now. It's those flavors of the seasonings, my Holy Trinity seasoning. Put the meat in now. All right, the meaty part of the pig. But you also need enough of the pig so that we can reduce it down and we get that gelatin consistency, right? So you have to pick out a part of the pig. Pig feet is good. Pig feet is good. The bone is so close to the feet that you can only use that feet for, like I did with the ears. You need meat to make hog head cheese. And if you followed me to the grocery store live on Facebook, I walked around the grocery store and showed you a lot of fruits and vegetables that I couldn't even name. And you probably named them all and I couldn't. So kudos to you. But that particular grocery store had pig heads, pig feet, pig tongue, pig liver, which I'm making boudin balls out of. Any part of the pig they have. But I like the hocks, hocks. I like the hocks, the bottom of the, because it's meaty And I can use that meat once it's done, chop that meat up and put it back into the reduced water and put some garlic and a little bit of garlic salt and some parsley, and then let it gel up overnight, and it's gonna come out to some delicious hoghead cheese. Hoghead cheese can be made with any part of the pig. So right now I am cooking it down, and once it's cooked down, I will come back on and show you how it looks and what my next steps are going to be. So stay tuned for the hoghead cheese, and I'll see you soon. I hope you like my intro. I tried very hard to make it look nice. So I'm learning. I might change it, but I'm learning. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Send these to all of your friends, neighbors, cousins, church members, whoever. Because the food that I'm cooking right now is New Orleans own.
Later that same evening.
Hi, I'm back to finish off the hoghead cheese. So I have the meat from the pot for the hoghead cheese. So now what I'm going to do is kind of take some of the meat out that's going into the actual hoghead cheese. I think that's it. So this is what we're going to do. Got all the meat out. This don't. That's the bones. Where's my towel? Oh, here it is. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Got the meat out, right? I'm put it on here. You need to chop it up a little bit and dump it out on the board. Make some chunks. That wind is kind of high today. Blowing stuff. Just some nice chunks. That looks chunky enough for me. Let's get this big one here. Chop it up. There's some fat. That's some fat. All right. So this is the meat that we got left to go into the hoghead cheese. Right? I'm looking at, there's some fat from the hocks. All right, so this is our meat, which is not a lot, right? Not a lot of meat. It's okay though. So we're gonna add this to this container. Bring it over here. You really can't see it at this side. Rinse this bowl off, and then it's sticky. So I know my juice is sticky too. I'm gonna dry it off some. It was sticky, 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 sticky. All right, here's the meat. Put me some parsley in here. Right, so I've already put the garlic in the pot, but I think I might put some more because I like to see my garlic in my hoghead cheese. So I put some parsley. I'm gonna put 2 garlics. That should be enough. Remember, when you boiled it, there was no salt, so it's very bland and plain. So I am going to put some garlic salt in here on top of that. Get it all mixed up. 'Cause you didn't want the salt to reduce in the pot. right? There's some garlic in there. So I'm gonna bring the pot over with a strainer. You see that? Yep, there we go. And I'm gonna strain this in here. There's some peppers in there. All right. There we go. I'm gonna taste it to see if I need any more salt. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I feel the heat. I'm trying to smash that garlic up. But this is perfect. So now I'm gonna put the top on it. Yeah, I'm gonna put the top on it. Put it in the refrigerator. This is how it looks, loose, right? I got parsley in there. I put 2 cubes of my frozen garlic, and that's about it. That's the only seasoning I used. I put some crushed peppers in the broil to make it spicy, but the only seasoning that I put was this garlic, and you just saw me put the garlic in, and then the parsley. That is it. That's all I use. Garlic and parsley and some garlic salt. And I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, and tomorrow I'm gonna open it up and cut it. So that is the end of making hoghead cheese.
24 hours later.
This is 24 hours later with the hoghead cheese. So this is how it looked with the fat on top. Because you know when we put it in the bowl, it was still warm, right? But as you could tell, it's stiff. So I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna get some of the fat off, right? I'm gonna get some of the fat off and I'm gonna cut it. All right. Now that we have that off, we're gonna cut into it so you can actually see the hoghead cheese. Okay, now for the truth. I got some crackers here too. So let's cut into this. Let me cut some sizes in here so that I love hoghead cheese. But, you know, the places that, now I know in New Orleans, the hoghead cheese is really good, right? But out here, I showed you when we went to the grocery store, and you walked around the grocery store with me, that they had hoghead cheese there, and I've tried theirs. All right, here's the truth. See there? And that's the meat. And get a good look at it. It's the meat. This is the front. You can see the parsley and the garlic in there. You can see some meat right there. But you see how hard and firm and the jelly in it. So let me just cut into it, right? And you can see that meat. I'm trying to bring it close so you can see the meat in there. There we go. And that's it. I taste the garlic. It's really good. I put garlic salt on the end. It's nice and hard. It's just bouncing. You put some bounce. Yeah, see, look, it's bouncing. It's bouncing like rubber. Anybody that knows hoghead cheese, that's the way it's supposed to be. It's meaty. Has a lot of flavor in it. It's not salty. So now you know how to make hoghead cheese. So, thanks for coming to my channel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Your comments are welcomed. I always want to know what you say or feel about my videos. You have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.